If you're in your 30s and you're carrying debt right now, there's something nobody told you. The way you're paying it off is probably keeping you stuck. I'm not talking about being lazy or undisciplined. I'm talking about good people, smart people, who follow the rules and still end up paying off the same debt for 10, 15, 20 years. The average person carries debt into their 50s. Some carry it to retirement. And the reason is not what you think. Stick with me, because the math behind all this is going to surprise you, and the strategy that actually works is the opposite of what most experts tell you. Now, let me show you a number that should make you uncomfortable. The average person in their 30s carries about $25,000 in non mortgage debt, credit cards, car loans, student loans combined. Take just $5,000 of credit card debt at 22% interest. If you only pay the minimum, which most people do, here's what happens. It takes you 22 years to pay it off, and you pay over $8,000 in interest on top of the original $5,000. So that $5,000 debt cost you $13,000 total for $5,000. Now imagine what $25,000 at minimum payments looks like. There are two methods that actually work for paying off debt: the snowball method and the avalanche method. Let me break down the difference. The avalanche method says you pay off the debt with the highest interest rate first. Mathematically, this saves you the most money in interest. It's the strategy financial advisors love. The snowball method says you pay off your smallest debt first, regardless of interest rate. Then you take the money you were paying on that one and roll it into the next smallest, and so on. On paper, avalanche wins. You save more in interest. But here's the truth that the math people don't want to admit. Snowball works better for most real humans. Why? Because debt is not just math. It's psychological. When you crush your smallest debt in 3 months, your brain registers a win. That win gives you momentum. A Harvard Business School study tracked over 6,000 people paying off debt over multiple years. The researchers compared people using the snowball method versus the avalanche method. The results surprised even the researchers. People using snowball paid off their total debt about 15% faster, even though avalanche should have been mathematically superior. The reason was simple. Snowball users stuck with the plan. Avalanche users gave up because progress felt invisible. Math doesn't matter if you quit halfway through. People who saw quick wins stuck with the plan. People who chased the math gave up because the first debt took years. So, snowball wins for most people. But choosing the right strategy is only half the battle. The other half is understanding the system that's working against you. Here's something that should make you uncomfortable. Banks don't actually want you to pay off your debt. They want you to keep paying interest forever. That's their entire business model. Think about it. The minimum payment on your credit card is calculated to take you decades to pay off. Why? Because every month you carry a balance, the bank makes money. Your debt is their income. The credit card industry made over $130 billion in interest and fees last year alone. From who? From people exactly like you, paying minimums and feeling like they're doing the right thing. Once you understand this, you stop trusting the system. You stop following the rules they wrote for you. You start playing your own game. And that brings us to the 5 mistakes that keep most people losing. Mistake number 1, paying only the minimum. We already did this math. You saw what $5,000 at minimum payment becomes. The minimum is designed by the bank to maximize their interest, not your freedom. I had a friend who paid $200 per month on a credit card for 8 years. That's almost $20,000 total. Her balance dropped by less than $6,000 over those 8 years. 8 years. The rest went to interest. She thought she was making progress because the balance was technically going down. But she could have paid off the same debt in 2 years if she had thrown an extra $200 per month at it. 6 wasted years, all because nobody showed her what minimum payments actually do. Mistake number 2, adding new debt while paying off old debt. You make a great extra payment on your credit card, then a week later you charge a new vacation to it. Net result, 0 progress. This is the most common mistake I see. People treat debt payoff like a diet. They make progress, then reward themselves with the very thing that got them in trouble. The debt diet doesn't work. Mistake number 3, no emergency fund. When your car breaks down or your dog gets sick, you put it on a credit card. All your debt progress vanishes overnight. You need at least $1,000 in cash before you start aggressively paying down debt. Mistake number 4, not negotiating your interest rates. Most people don't know this. You can call your credit card company and ask them to lower your rate. About 1 in 3 calls succeeds. That's free money saved on interest. The script is simple. Call them. Say you're considering moving to another card with a lower rate. Ask if they can match. Most agents have authority to lower rates by 2 to 4% on the spot. A 10-minute call can save you thousands. Mistake number 5. Wrong priorities. Some people pay off their mortgage early while carrying 20% credit card debt. The math is brutal. Always attack the highest interest debt first within your chosen strategy. These 5 mistakes alone can cost you years. I've seen people who were 6 months from being debt-free who made one of these mistakes and reset their progress to zero. That's heartbreaking. And avoiding them is just the first half of the puzzle. So how do you actually get out of this? Let me show you what works. But first, if you want to take this further, I built a complete personal finance course that walks you through everything you actually need to know with your money. Budgeting, debt, credit, earning more, building wealth. All the topics nobody teaches you in school. Debt is one of the modules, and we go deep into the strategies, the worksheets, and the step-by-step plan to get out for good. 15 videos, 5 modules, all the worksheets you need. You can also join the community for free if you just want to follow along. Link in the description. Now let me show you the rest. Here's the part nobody talks about. Even with the perfect strategy, debt has a hidden weight. Studies show that people in debt sleep worse, fight more with their partners, and report higher levels of anxiety. The American Psychological Association lists debt as one of the top 3 sources of chronic stress in adults. This is not weakness. This is biology. When you owe someone money, your brain treats it like a threat. Your stress response stays elevated for years. That affects your sleep, your immune system, your relationships. Debt is not just numbers on a screen. It lives inside your nervous system and changes how you show up in your own life. I've talked to people who paid off their last credit card and cried. Not because the money mattered that much, but because the weight they had been carrying without realizing it was finally gone. So when we talk about getting out of debt, we're not just talking about saving money on interest. We're talking about getting your sleep back, your patience back, your sense of options back. The morning anxiety that disappears, the weekend where you don't dread checking your bank account, the relationships where money isn't a constant low-grade tension, the mental energy you suddenly have for things that actually matter to you. That's the real prize, not just zero on a balance sheet. A different way of moving through your life, a different version of yourself. Let me give you a real example. Imagine you make $75,000 a year. After taxes, that's about $4,800 per month. You have $25,000 in debt across 3 credit cards and a car loan. Step 1. Build a $1,000 emergency fund first. This takes most people about 30 days if they are aggressive. Don't skip this. It's the foundation that keeps your plan from collapsing. Step 2. Apply the snowball. List all your debts smallest to largest. Pay the minimum on all of them. Throw every extra dollar you have at the smallest one until it's gone. Step 3. Find an extra $800 per month. Sounds impossible? Cut subscriptions, eat out half as much, sell stuff you don't use, pick up a side gig. $800 a month is about $200 a week. Step 4. Protect your progress. Every dollar you free up by paying off one debt rolls into the next one. Don't let it slip into your lifestyle. That's how people end the year with the same debt they started with, even after making payments. Here's what the timeline looks like. After 6 months, your smallest credit card is gone. You feel the first real win. After 12 months, 2 of your 4 debts are completely paid off. After 18 months, you're more than halfway through the total balance. After 24 months, you're down to just the car loan. After 32 months, you owe nothing. 0. Every milestone gets faster than the last one because the snowball is rolling. By the end, you're paying off in months what used to take years. 3 years sounds long. But you're going to live the next 3 years either way. The only question is whether you live them sliding deeper into debt or climbing out. And here's what changes when you actually get there. This part might be the most important section of the whole video. What actually changes when you become debt-free? First, your monthly income suddenly belongs to you. The $800 you were throwing at debt is now yours to invest, save, or spend. Over a year, that's $9,600 going into your future instead of into a bank's pocket. Second, your options open up. I know a guy who quit a job he hated 3 months after paying off his last debt. Not because he had a new job lined up, but because for the first time in 12 years, he could afford to wait for the right one. Debt freedom is really job freedom in disguise. Third, and this is the one that surprises people, your relationships get better. Money fights are the #1 cause of divorce. When debt is gone, that pressure lifts off everything. Couples I've talked to say it's like they fell in love again because the constant low-grade fight was finally over. Fourth, you start building wealth. The same $800 per month invested instead of paying interest becomes about $660,000 in 30 years at average market returns. Same money, completely different outcome. Completely different. So here's what I want you to do in the next 24 hours. 3 concrete steps. None of them require money. All of them require honesty. Step 1. Write down every debt you have. Name, balance, interest rate, minimum payment. All of them. This single act is what most people never do because they don't want to see the total. See it anyway. Step 2. Order them from smallest to largest. That's your snowball list. The first one on the list is your target. Step 3. Find $100 this week that you can throw at the smallest debt. Just 100. That single payment is your first signal to yourself that things are about to change. I hope this video provided you with some valuable insights that you can apply in your daily life. If so, please give it a thumbs up. Share your story about debt in the comments. I'm curious to hear it. If you need more everyday financial tips, subscribe to the channel. And if you really want to know whether you can afford a $500,000 house or it will leave you broke, then watch this video next.